best I can get with light, so just don't worry about the fact that I look orange. Okay. Welcome. As long as you can hear me, hopefully the sound is a little bit more. Let me try and go up a little bit. I don't want too much feedback. So, October the 1st. So I thought we'd pull some cards. We do a little bit of an overview of everything that I've made notes on for this month. And actually, I will show you my process of connecting. I've written notes on what others have said, and I've got my own way of doing this. So let's get started, shall we? So this video is for just making a note of how we can kind of navigate October. Some tips and tricks and things that I'm going to be doing. Tomorrow, it starts with a bang. The 2nd of October. So let's go through my notes first. 2nd of October, we have a hard energy. It's a crazy month. Stay in the flow. Oh, we're back. Pause for a second. Hopefully you didn't notice that too much. So what are the other things I've put as my notes? Step back into the flow in October. Fun but hard. It's transformational. It's resetting. It's crazy. It's going to be a little bit up and down on an emotional scale. Not as in let's get into the physical feelings of how we feel about things, but our emotions, how we feel about things, how we're affected. So the key will be to be looking at being the observer. So yesterday, that's why that came in Chinese medicine or traditional Chinese medicine and Qigong. We look at this month as the month of metal. It's associated with grief and sadness, and having to have like the courage to handle that, to look into that. I've written here, where is it on my little notes? I think I've written loads of notes. Was it on yesterday's? No, it's on. Where does it hurt? Where do you not want to look? Where do you not want to go? That's where we're going. Error in not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming as such. Hang on.
YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering.
Okay, hopefully that's not a problem as I'm doing this unlisted, so. But what does that mean for?
YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering.
Hopefully it's not buffering too much, and that it is still going. It says it's still going, so I'm going to still go. I'm going to go with the flow. So as long as you can still hear me, you can still see me, all seems good to me. Right. But that up and down, that stop, start, like the buffering of the video, especially towards the end of the month, that might be more apparent. So I've put new moon. So new moon, but it's a new moon, and I wrote this down to my notes. I'll put links to both the two videos that I find really helpful. Jamie Butler and Maitland and Sabrina Wilding. I'll pop that up on your Patreon for my members, so you've got it in the podcast list of viewing. I've got just viewing just to listen to. But Sabrina from Rewilding talked about the South Node and the eclipse, how it's linked to past life, karma. It's really going deep. This is like, we worked hard last eclipse or last sort of few months, and we're kind of working with this month the rewards from the seeds that we planted in March. So the things and projects and stuff that was happening back in March. So that is now kind of coming to fruition, all the while kind of planting new seeds for where we're going and where we're moving forward in the next 6 months as well. But this is dark, deep shadow self. Integration of trauma, of family history, of our genetics, our line, deep dive past life clearing, karmic clearing, bringing stuff to the surface to be healed. It's the stuff that's the challenge. It's the stuff that you may not want to go there, and I recommend you go there because it's the best form of transformation. I'm recording it on a Tuesday, so I'm feeling that transformation. This is, God, I look completely orange. This light, it's really weird. It looks like nighttime inside, and well, it's day and night energy, isn't it? It's back and forth. So deep shifts. So you need to stay in the flow, stay in the heart, allowing that heart-led energy to lead you to a higher awareness, a higher state in all areas of your life. So what have I put here? North Node is your destiny, your purpose, your path, where you're on, your spiritual learnings, where you're going. Walking into that south energy of where we've been from past life. It's Libra's still got this sweet energy. There's this like, okay, this is Libra, this is rebalancing, this is resetting, this is like karmic harmony. I'm going to say karmic harmony. So coming into the being, clearing our clutter, I've written there, letting go, dropping stuff to pick stuff up in the divine sense, allowing a spiritual cleanse and healing. So lots of people out there that follow the dark moon, they might be like the witches, those are into moonology, they'll be doing their burning ceremonies, they're deliberately letting go, and we're clearing all that out. So then we can bring in the gratitude and we can focus that frequency and that energy to uplift. However, that's easier said than done. What do you want to let go of? I've written. Knowing that sometimes is like, okay, how do I tune into that? Using the heart to muscle test on things. Does it spark joy if it's a physical clutter? I've been working with Mary Kondo and loving that. It's the thing on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, go check her out. Japanese lady, love her. She's got a whole book. But clearing the clutter of our lives and helping us do it in a very real, practical way to do that. So in the first week, that south node, you've got the solar eclipse and the new moon, the plexus. Maitland says this is like a deep cleanse for the solar plexus. So this is like creative shifts, uplifting, uprooting, to get us moved and flowing. So if you are not in flow, I think I love this. The spirit animal that she says about is the frog. So if you keep seeing a frog, that's a little reminder you need to nudge. You need to step back and allow your own heart energy, compassion energy to come in. So if you find yourself pushing against and you're not in flow, so things aren't quite working, take a step back. Take a step back if you find yourself, I literally went back and the sound went, I'm sure. If you're finding yourself not in flow, so that you can allow for higher self, higher multidimensional being to come forward through the heart-led. So I've got breathing practices, grounding practices, meditation. I recommend doing observing and connecting. We're also linking with grief this month. Again, resetting, rebalancing that grief, that sadness of letting go. We might need the courage to step into the new you, but it's not the new you. It's the original you you're stepping into. You're getting back into your being, your whole self. Like, I want to use my hands to talk, kind of thing. Sorry. Activated for me, it's my communication. It's linking with my communication. So the astrologers out there, what house are you having activated? It's worth knowing that. Just quickly spin through that. This is all really, really good to know. So if it's in your first house, that's acceptance, appearance, of image and self-identity, and how you come across to others. In your second house, cash, property, possessions and values, including how you value yourself. Third house, communication, siblings, neighbours, quick trips, easy learning and education. Fourth house, home, family, things domesticated, where you belong in your past. Fifth house, romance, creativity, kids, your own, someone else's pursuit of pleasure, love affairs. Ooh, juicy. In your sixth house, daily routines, including at work, your health, your duties. Seventh house, your lovers, your spouse, your ex, open enemies, and any sorts of partners, including business partners, cooperation and competition. In the eighth house, joint finances, credit cards, debts, sex, anything you consider taboo, inheritance, transformation. Ninth house, study, travel, and great cosmic quests, the internet, the higher learning, religion, spirituality, and dreams. The 10th house, your career, your ambition, how you make your mark on the world, your reputation. The 11th house, friends, networks, social circles, hopes, and wishes. And the 12th house, the deepest, darkest, most sensitive part of your fears, your spirituality, your undoing, withdrawing, secrets, or hidden enemies. So if you know what your rising sign is, look up what it's being activated in. I'm a big fan of the Moonology Diary, just for knowing those listing, but you can look that if you know an astrologer. You can look it up in your chart and what house that is in. This month for this eclipse will be the one that's most being affected for you. So, and actually I can tell you what house is linked to that. If you grab a pen and paper, then you'll know, and you can always play back. So this is Yasmin Boland's Moonology Diary, and this month, make sure I'm on the right page. 30th of September, yes. Wow. Just making sure that I'm not reading the last one. It's just where my thing is. Yeah. Just have to go to page. So new moon eclipse in Libra, keywords, ideas for their lunation, partnership, orientation, communication, moving from the past, and making commitments. So it lists here Aries, it's in your 7th house. Taurus, your 6th house. Gemini, 5th house. Cancer, 4th house. Leo, 3rd house. Virgo, 2nd house. Libra, 1st house. Scorpio, 12th house. Sagittarius, 11th house. Capricorn, 10th house. Aquarius, 9th house. And Pisces in your 8th house. So hopefully that gives you a little brief bullet points. I know I'm rushing through, a lot to get through for this month. That's the astrology, just brief points. Highly recommend looking at a more in-depth video regarding the astrology. We're going to go into, as well as the energy, the cards. So let's ask what to expect, given that we have all of this evolution and growth, passion, soul purpose coming up big time this month. Shadow work, reclamation of the shadow. More notes. So that's all kick-starting notes for Wednesday the 2nd for the eclipse. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to let it go. Whatever it is. Don't get into it with people. Just realise that it's intensified this new moon. Allow yourself to let things go. Rise above it. Allow the water energy that's coming with this flowing plasmic energy. It's lifting. It's like a tornado. Now, okay, please excuse the pun, because I did say last month there would be these connections with water that were very, very apparent coming in, that we had that expectation because of tectonic shifts and galactic things that were going on that will affect the earth in that way. So that was expected, but we never expect or never know how it will affect. So you want to be working with your creativity. The first 2 weeks working with your own identity and how whether you can allow yourself to go deep, to look within, connecting to your soul's purpose, but seeing yourself from a higher perspective, less the judgment. It's why I recommended during Meditation Monday yesterday to connect with that 30-day challenge I have on here. It's free. I don't need your details for it. It's there. It's on my channel, on this channel, the playlist, Observing and Connecting. And every day, I think the longest video is 15 minutes. You allow yourself fortitude to have some time for you, to go through and check into your emotions, to become aware that you are the observer, you are not your emotions. Because at the end of this month, the heart energy is very, very present of the emotions. So allowing that, not about how we're feeling, but how we are affected by our emotions. And our emotions are going to be very key into what we're creating and what we're bringing into fruition. So we want to stay in this heart, compassionate energy, allowing that to flow through. But you also want to ground in all of the high frequency energy that's going to come through this month. There's a few days this month where you might feel scattered and brain foggy and tired 1 minute and then enthusiastic the next. So you want to be grounded, you want to be ready, using your practice, whether you join me or you join someone else in the morning, use that practice with the body. My cat's fallen over. Allowing that to come through, however you do that, whether you do it with crystals, whether you do it with aromatherapy, with spells, with your own practices. You do what's right for you. There's just a few. Meditation is one I recommend. Allowing yourself to be able to tap into your flow. I'd say it's the best way that I know, because you can do it just like, let's do it now. Here, take a breath, breathing in and on the heart. Feel that heart as you exhale. And again, breathe in. And out. And I did that through my mouth. Breathe in now through the nose. And in through the nose. And out through the nose. Being present, being in the moment when you need it. That's it. That took, less than a minute. Sometimes that's all you need to take that breath. So what have we got? After the eclipse, there's meant to be this energy of frustration coming in from the 4th, 5th, 6th of things, because you're being shown to go and being invited, if you like, to go within, to spend time connecting, assessing, reflecting. This is that time of year we do that. As we look at, like, we've got the abundance of the harvest traditionally, and then we're going to go, okay, how did that grow, that crop, whatever, if you in more terms of traditional terming, and then we want to, what we're going to plant for next year. We'll put that structure, put that way of thinking onto your own life. So what has worked? Are you concluding things that you started back in March? Relationships, possibly, things, projects that you worked on through the summer, and now where are you going from here? How did it work? Kind of evaluation in terms of the thought things. But this is the underline, it's to do this from the heart and feel into what feels right in your body, using your body as a barometer, not in the emotions but in your emotional field. So heart centered being, leading from the heart. I'm still doing my summary. She says. So October the 7th is a really good day to have some calm, get creative, get your paints out, get some movement going on. We will be doing a little bit of like chakra dancing again, like we did a couple of weeks ago. That felt like, and you might notice me a note in class, I am doing the Qigong stuff, but I'm adding lots in. I'm making you think. I'm using the crossover bilateral things to get you out of your head. You have to use your head, but you're using it with your body. It's that mind, body, soul connection of creativity and combining it all, allowing the sound to flow, allowing yourself to move and then think outside the box, and getting you beyond that, beyond what ego. What do I look like? What's that sound she's saying? So all of that is coming in, because that's what I'm being guided to do myself. Take notes around this Tuesday the 8th. Maybe spend some time reflecting, some notes, some vlogs, depending on what it is you do, how you are, because then there's another wave that hits after that, because Jupiter goes retrograde on the 9th, Wednesday the 9th of October. Remembering these planets though, are not like instant, it's that they're like ships, as Pan Gregory describes them. So the energy comes in, it peaks, and then it flows out. So it's causing us to be more retrospective, to look at how we are, how we be, as I always say. How you be is what one of the things it says on my packs, my vision packs. So deep work to do. Where you're heading, where you're going. Look at how patterns, mental patterns and things that have triggered you, that are kind of its subconscious programming, are now that you might have in dreams, being and seeing the symbology coming up in the psychology, and when you're working through it in different modalities. That's now easier than ever. You're seeing those patterns, you're aware, you're looking more and more from higher perspective, and while you're awake, that's happening. So you can be happier about this, you can be optimistic, there's a sort of a lift, and then thinking about the future, but from higher perspective, very much grounded in the now, as you move through sort of about the middle of the month, and then making sure you're grounded. So around the 14th, it says energy, compassion, ready to show people and go into the world. You kind of got that lift, want to go and do stuff and renovate yourself, because you've noticed, oh my god, I do that, oh my god, I thought I'd got rid of that pattern, and you kind of want to shift things. And then we've got this full moon that's on the 17th, is it 17th of October, and it's a super full moon, eclipse again. So we've got to be anchored in our heart energy, because this is where those emotions are going to be showing up. We've spent time kind of going through from the 9th, and now we know those patterns, and we might be seeing endings happening. And what have I written here? So world active from word actions from the heart, not the physical feelings, emotions, qualities, and launching forward actions. It's a sweet heart energy. How can I future plan high frequencies but staying grounded? We do that with the body. I do that with the body, shall I say. How can you do that with the body? There's an essence here because of the body's playing that's bringing in sacred, divine, feminine and masculine, sexuality, reclamation. So tuning into that side, the taboos, the things we don't want to go there, we don't want to talk about that, they're going to come up for us to shift. And if you can, and you have the courage, which is the right, what do we call it? My notes are written. Virtue, there we go. The virtues of this season, as opposed to the emotions of sadness, grief and depression, which may be heavy for some. Try to stay integral and in the heart, and have the courage to be righteous for yourself, to be the right you, to be uplifted in your true being. Co-creating, like, where can you do better? Where can you be better? How can you be better in relationships, in the world, in what you do, in your job? So with how we communicate with others, there's a beautiful blue energy associated, and I'm feeling it's this deep, deep, deep blue that's coming in. In fact, that reminded me, I want to... Whoop! If I turn that off, can you still hear me? Yeah. So if I mute that, I'm hoping you can still hear me as it went everywhere. So the computer doesn't talk and you don't get that. How about if I click in here? Just bear with me a moment. I want to get this right. Slow. Patience. Certainly something for this month. So let me... Can I not search? Oh, there's search. Right. Let me see if... Just in case you couldn't hear me. So, Dimension 1, the root chakra, the red, the conscious mind. Dimension 2, the sacral, the orange, the instinctual mind. Dimension 3, the solar plexus, yellow, so the conscious mind. So the solar plexus, the yellow, the conscious mind, is what is being challenged, our conscious mind, because we're having to consciously think about the shifts this month. So this is the incarnate self, and that is innately what's shifting, that yellow colour. So the yellow stones might be of help, but I'm feeling this blue energy coming in. So hang on, I'm going to read through these so you know exactly where I'm going with this. So you've got Dimension 4, 5 and 6, which is the heart chakra, the throat chakra, and the third eye. So the astro mind, the archetypal mind, and the angelic mind. In dimension 6 is your soul. This is the soul reclamation. So all through that, from your chakras from 1 to 6, from the lower dantian to the upper dantian, from your incarnate self and your soul, that's where that's being cleaned out. It's being cleared. You've got dimension 7, 8 and 9, which is the crown, the thymus, and the other one, thalamus. So causal mind, going back, caphoric mind, Madonic mind, and the causal mind. So give me my reading. So you've got violet, gold, and silver. Gold and silver, this we refer to that energy then of the modalic, and the causal mind is the masculine and the feminine, balanced with this violet, the what some call of the violet flame. That is all linked to the oversoul. So again, that is being supported, that is there, it's kind of coming up to the surface, and then you are not necessarily being activated this month, but dimension 7 to 9 is your oversoul. Then we go to 10, 11, 12, which is the solar star, which is the dark blue. This is the dark blue that I feel coming in to support. That dark blue is what we associate with Christ mind coming up. You've got dimension 11, which is the galactic chakra, silvery black, Buddhic mind, and dimension 12, which is the earth chakra, white, the avatar mind. So those are all the avatar Christoph's self. So when people say about stepping into their sovereignty, it's when they're in alignment with those 12, but we also go up to 15. So then you've got the Rishi self at 15. So it doesn't list here. From 13 to 15 is the Rishi. But we're moving beyond that. So we're going into states where this was like in the subconscious. But in terms of colour, why I wanted to check that's dimension 10, the solar star, your chakra, your dark blue Christed mind. So that is the balancing of that orange that we're working with. So I feel if you wrap yourself in that beautiful Christed, it's Mary Magdalene energy. It's what's the other one? It reminds me not so much of the Arcturian energy, though it's there. It's the lapis. It's this sort of colour here coming through, and allowing that connection to make you feel like you're held will help. I think that colour of water and energy and flow will help. So too will the green frequency of nature, although it's kind of green, yellow and orange and brown at the moment as we move into autumn and the fall. So allow that to come through. So every dimension is a brand and a frequency in the colour, so you can work with these colours and the complementary colours if you're an artist out there, the other artists out there. For orange is the blue, so and bluey greens for these like yellow and orangey colours. So bringing that in meditation, working with that when you're painting, when you're feeling creative. The other thing is, if you feel uncomfortable with creativity, if you're feeling a little bit, let me come out of this because it's distracting. Come back to
preview. Samuel Bealey, Instrange, Yahoo search results, unselected.
Okay, I'll share that video where he talks about that up on the Patreon as well. Should we put that in linked? I could share it in my stories actually, but I can't do it from the computer. I need to do it from the phone. Hang on. Let's mute that for a minute. You don't want to be hearing me. Where are you? we go. Okay. That's better. The computer talking is distracting for you, I'm sure. So I'll share that Instagram video where he links the chelonic science of Ashlanadine, which is where that information in its technical form comes from, but there is many sources that are channeling that same information as well. But that particular video I can share, and he lists the things I just read to you. So let's pull our cards. We're already 30 minutes in. So second half, but last half of this video is the cards. What do we need to know for October? It's because I did a personal reading for a friend. It's all in its box. Only they're kind of out and undone. Okay, one for the feminine, it said. You need one from here, one from this pack. Really. So, with regards to the divine feminine, although it's just the divine feminine, as I'm always saying, that the divine masculine is just as important to be in balance, if not more so at the moment, in its sacred aspect, not in its toxic. So what do we need to know with regards to the feminine, the divine feminine? What did you want me to know from here to share for October? And I had the thing working this morning for our Tuesday card, and it's switched off now, so apologies, I can't show you. I was hoping to. Theresa of Avila, the lady of the interior life. I trust the answers I find within me. I know what the presence of love, that the presence of love is real. It's that Christed light. It's knowing that it's beyond the religion. It's about the love within us, the presence of love, the experience of love, the frequency of love as a frequency as opposed to, including with when it's that linking of two souls, but not just necessarily lovers, but people coming together and being and allowing to be the architect of your own life. It's peace. It's cultivating peace. This is just, I can see her. She's got like a angelic sense, the halo of the layers around her, that yellow that you can see, that creative energy is flowing in. So that was what I was going to say, and I lost my train of thought earlier. If you find the creative way a little bit, so there'll be two schools of thought. Some of you, like myself, who's creative, will love the ideas. The ideas will be flowing. You'll be like, oh, get them down quick. We want to write. We want to write this book, and it's coming in as it's coming in. We want to paint this picture. We want to create this project, and it's going to be in. And then you're going to be, oh, I'm so tired. I've got no energy. Oh, how do I do this? That's going to be that up and down. For others of us, it'll be like, I feel like I'm losing my marbles. I'm obsessing about how great the grass looks, like artists do. They're like, oh wow, that leaf. You start to see the world through the artist's eyes and think, oh my God, what's happening? That energy for some that find it too much when it's coming in like that, and you just, oh no, I just want to switch off, it's too much. Then you might find it a little bit challenging, but that's not to say that this isn't good for you. This is good for all of us. This month is really, really good for shift and transformation and taking us to the next levels as a humanity, not just as individuals, but individuals and as a humanity. So witnessing how we are affected by our emotions, how the emotions affect others, how that leads to stuff, the Buddha mind there. Trusting the answers that you find within you. Go deep, look, where does it hurt? This is what I was saying in this morning's and today's card. Where does it hurt? Where do you not want to go? Almost like that scorpion. I'm going to push that little button, but you have the choice. When you have the courage this month to look at what you've been ignoring, what you've been denying, what you know, because this stuff is stuff you've been working on. This is our South Node stuff. This is, we know we should not do that. We know we shouldn't be eating that. Now, do you have the courage to face it, to step into that and own it? And then once you do, once it's shown up and you recognise those patterns, kind of planning but with a heart, judgment detox view. So let go of the judgment of yourself and others and allow yourself to step beyond it. So that was one. Is there anything more from here? One more. Allah Kali, Queen of the Outsiders. I have arrived. I am where I will always be, in love. Loving yourself, even if you're feeling on the outside, on the fringe. For those that are on the fringe, they're going to be coming more into the forefront. They'll be able to feel like, finally, I feel like I can just be me. This is a sense, and I'm hearing an undertone of energy of Mary Magdalene. It's like those that have been hidden in history, those that have been saying, the kyanite is speaking again. Dark blue. I'm playing with my kyanite here. Where things have been written, correcting those wrongs. We need to let go of judgment, because everything is a lesson. Everything happened for a reason, divine timing in our evolution. And now we're ready. Now we're ready to evolve. We need to evolve past the us and them, the separation, and allow ourselves to move beyond being the outsider. See yourself as the insider, because you're going to be going within, literally going within to connect with you and feeling at one with it all. But at the same time, really rooted and grounded with your movement, with your practice, with what you're doing and how you co-create with this energy. You're starting to get it, you're really starting to get it. You've arrived. It's like it's here, it's now, it's happening. We're in the new earth, if you like. I am well, I will always be in love. You are love. Expect that love to come through. There's a beautiful energy. I'm seeing it like being shown lovers, connecting on deeper soul levels, both communicatively, empathically, and also sexually. So seeing and going beyond sex as we come together, understanding the energy of this as we come together as beings, and going beyond more of the physical. And again, that's why I felt that sense of Mary Magdalene and Joshua, that it's twin flame energy for all of us to link to our higher state of being. But it's also the twin flame within, which is what most twin flames are. There are connection souls that in that sense, but this is more about your balance of the masculine and feminine. And that was stuff that came through when I was doing a little personal project around the equinox. It is that harmony. On the flip side, we're delving deep so that we can deal with the trauma that has been present for the masculine and feminine. Where do we bring it back into balance? How do we bring it back into balance? within our relationships, but the relationships we have to the masculine, whether you're male or female, in its divine state. So yeah, I know lots of people talk about how this is the time of the feminine, the rise of the feminine. Yes and no. I feel that is where we've been. That's still our history. I feel that this is actually the rebalancing of the masculine, the remembering of the divine feminine, and how both are relevant, both are needed. So I realised I'm putting these away for space. Let's pop you down there. Physically, for grounding, how can we ground in the energy? A little bit. I will read these ones, I think, because I think fire rabbit is at the bottom of the pack. Welcome the muse, become the muse in the creativity. So let's just and split. How many times have we had this? If you're following me, and you might follow my readings. There we go. We've got the horse, movement, shift, change, transformation. That solar energy coming in. Fire horse, effortless vitality. Energy is really flowing. This horse type energy is coming in with the fire dog. Redirection of our boundaries. Stepping back into where do we put those boundaries? This is the mountain. Again, the challenging aspect. Oh, there we go. So mountain is our, what do we need to climb? Where do we need to go? Our challenges. It's not necessarily easy. You can see those clouds, but our clouds are thoughts. They're our feelings. They're the emotions that we're going to be checking in with the heart, allowing that to clear. But there's definitely movement. There's definitely shift. There's big shift. And you see the shadow the horse makes. The shadow is what we're seeing. The movement, the change. We're seeing the shadow in the world. And for the empaths out there, for those that identify with that, they might struggle in that sense because they're seeing the shadow, but they're not seeing it from higher perspective. You need to go above. We need to rise above that gift. When you are allowing it to come in its highest form, not only do you see and feel and empathize, that you move beyond that and you go into compassion and high frequency. You have the awareness that your emotions are going to create, so you shift, instantly trying to shift what you see happening. That's the challenge. That's the going beyond what's in front of us and knowing, rising above it anyway, linking and grounding that high frequency in for the better, for the healing. And majority of us that are watching, certainly myself, are mostly light workers out there, I'm sure. You already have done this work. You're already there. For us, it's there's part of us that's like, yay, we're finally getting there. We're near the hurdle and we're running the race. We've got this vitality, effortless. It's coming in. The flow is there. So this month is about staying in the flow of that heart-led energy, but not letting yourself get too much. I love this analogy I use, but hopefully it'll help you. It's the one I use for my members. Think about a plug. The fuses will blow if there's too much power going through it. You still need rest. There's this up, down for a reason, because we need to, acclimatize. We need to acclimatize and to process and allow ourselves to, what's the right word? Help me out here. Initiate and integrate, that's the word, integrate what our reassessment is, what we've learned, where we've reassessed this, where we've redefined. So those boundaries of our faith, those boundaries of our beliefs, those boundaries of our consciousness, boundaries of who we are as humanity, boundaries of who we're becoming and who we are as an individual, and redefining. There's a passionate, creative flow coming from many. This is friendships, this is loyalty, and some of us might feel torn between the old ways and being loyal to what was past. But we're moving beyond that. That's the challenge. We want to get to the top of the mountain to see that actually it's all the same, to see beyond, over the hurdles, jumping over things, but make it fun as we move through it, finding joy in the process, finding joy in the reclaiming, the work that we're doing on ourselves, so that we can be better in all aspects of our life, to be kinder, to be more compassionate, to be better people to each other, and see the best in people reflected back, the sun shining. It's the point where the sun is shining on the mountain, so that we're at that point where we're nearly top and the clouds are clearing. But we haven't quite landed. If you look at this horse, he's in the air. It's up in the air. It's not quite there yet. It's where we're going. One more. On the top of here is the wood dog. You need to trust your intuition. Sitting in the circle and meditating in the trees here in this photo. You see the sun is filtering through. There's things that are filtering through slowly from your subconscious, coming down, bringing things to light. And it would be too much all at once. It's slowly filtering out and filtering within your fields, from your soul, from your rishi, right down from 15, right down to 1. It would go boom. It would be too much if it filters through and up through the subconscious mind, from the collective mind. But you need to identify those soul links, where what do you want to hold on to, what you want to let go of. Remember, it's okay to let go, was what I've written. So you'll know if it's not aligned with your highest purpose, it's not going to be there. So if things are leaving, it's because it's divine. It was written in the stars, if you like. And sometimes that means it takes away the power from us, but it's more a sense of our point of power is in the moment. We need to realise that, and each of us chooses. Each soul might have already decided on certain things. We might have come to be and do certain things. We might have already decided we wanted to not be here, or we'd be here for a certain time to be and live for a certain bit, and we don't want to be in that bit. So the dragon, our kundalini. What am I going to ask next for this month? What can help with our transformation? Light and sound. Before you go to bed, ask what you want to know. You're more in connection with that subconscious, and as the conscious mind is very much aware this month of, you'll be able to do some deep diving if you ask some questions for guidance before sleep. Calling in soul family for that one, the beautiful blues. Blue dragon from the Pleiades prepares you to accept source healing, accept a heart activation, and give and receive heart healing. It's the Pleiadian energy is meant to be the higher awareness of the I can't remember the name of this, the Zeta, those that have chosen to go on a higher state. So they're the future version of that which was not necessarily in the best places, a bit more like us in our human evolution, that interfered with stuff via the past. There's a healing happening around that, and they know that's why they're able to help with and want to help with healing. Accepting the heart activation, accepting healing of past transitions, I can't say, transaction of energetical transactions is what I want to say. Yeah, accepting healings of energetical transactions from soul contracts. Okay, what does that mean then? Flowering linked with, oh, so that's colour wise. I need to go back to here. Let me. So silver dimension 9, which is the one that's black, silver. Thymus is the silver dimension 9 casual mind from the oversoul. And it's the indigo and the angelic mind. Oh wow, 369 solar plexus, the yellow is being activated. That's going to cause ripples in dimension 6 with the third eye. With the indigo, that's why they're telling me the deep blue will be the angelic help for asking for that. And angelic, is it? Where am I? Am I still here? Yeah. So the angelic, and then accepting source, and again with the silver, the casual mind dimension 9. It's the 369 energy that I'm picking up on here. And the thymus. This is what they keep referencing in the fact that the bridge, the balance now, the balance of the brain, right, the right and left hemispheres, the masculine and feminine, on an energetical levels, it's coming into this kind of expansion. It's linking. There's like a silvery black colour around that. It's like a shiny gold, if you like, shiny black, metallic black. Can you hear me? Have I pressed it off? I don't know. Right. Oh, it's back on. Hopefully you caught that. So that blue, then you've got, the orange, the free, the blue with the 6, and the silver with the 9. Okay. All right. So I am going to read what it says on that one. So what does it say about this dragon energy? Prepare you and accept you. So we are blue dragon from the Pleiades. If there's anything else that I'm not getting. Accept a heart activation and give and receive heart healing. Pleiades is the star cluster of healing between Source and the Pleiades. There is a blue energetic rose. It has 33 parts. The 33 is the vibration of the Christ light. Again, that Christ light. The rose is the transformation through which pure source healing is downloaded in the masters of the Pleiades. They pass it. It's an appropriate frequency to the angels and dragons, who in turn shower it onto those humans who are ready. So if you're ready for that Christed light, allow yourself to open to that beautiful deep blue energy that's available this month. Incredible 7th dimensional blue dragon, 7th heaven from the Pleiades, holding the rose in their hearts and radiating source healing. They whirl around us, pouring this blue heart healing into us. So see like a vortex of this blue enwrapping you, and how it's helping you, and maybe cooling, coming through. 12 chakras, preparing our energy fields for the angelics of the Pleiades to contact us even then they will remain with us so that we can easily hold the healing vibration of the blue rose and pass it to others. Guidance of the blue dragons from the Pleiades has come to you today to offer you healing by lighting up blue roses in each of the chakras. Relax, invite the touch, that you accept any energy it brings in the highest good of all. Alternatively, if it may have sought you to suggest that you give beautiful blue Palladian healing under the law of grace to others, so sending that blue energy out to the world where it needs to go. If you wish to do this, tell it that you are ready and it will activate it. Huge energetic blue rose in your hand and your heart, so you can direct the source healing to a person or a situation in your life for whatever is coming up for you. That's beautiful. I feel like we want to end. Black Dragon from Saturn brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline. So those challenges that are coming up, because we're working on shifting those patterns, they're not quite yet in place. So it's like, okay, I'm used to doing this, I'm used to doing it this way, but you're now kind of getting into this, so you need time to rest. Maitland suggested the crystal of ruby quartzite, like the green and pink. I'm suggesting to feel that green energy whenever you need to replenish. So after you shift, after you get the downloads, you get on the back of that, you get a time of integration, and through that integrative state, it's like a healing. So your body might do some purging, it might be some releasing, you might feel tired. So rest when you need to, if you can. If you can't, do things that invigorate you, as I said last month. Focus on your ultimate vision. Congratulate yourself, you have passed the test. This is the eclipse exams that we're going through. You've all passed. Hey ho, we've all passed. White Gold Dragon from Lara. Well, she's been with me since 8/8 portal, that energy of the gold and silvery, beautiful Lara energy, Christed light, contracts you to the highest Christed light. Develop your casual chakra. Breathe in 9th dimensional Christ light. There we go, the 369 Christ that I was referring to. That I'm seeing, this is the feminine, and then the blue, black, silvery energy coming in the masculine. Sorry, the silver, black coming in, and then the third is this deep, deep blue. I'm going to read the Lauren one. I'm not going to read that one because I feel like that's to do with bringing the wisdom through spiritual discipline. It's just concentration might be a little bit off. I feel the Lauren thing is linked to the time stuff that we worked with for the eclipse. For those of you that are my members or that viewed the video, I think it is up on YouTube, I'm not sure. If not, it'll be on my Patreon. They don't have numbers on these ones. White gold, white gold, white gold. Oh, there we go. 98. If you've got the book, it's page 98. Lara is cross-shaped 12-dimensional stargate through which Archangel Christiel and the unicorns entered our universe. The light from Lara pours down through the moon, allowing, I'm not sure I agree with that, scientific seventh dimensional dragons to step through into the vibration of Earth. These white gold dragons embody the highest frequency of Christ light available to everyone on the planet. They work closely with Archangel Christiel, who is in charge of the development of the causal chakra of humanity. This is the particular importance now, as our causal chakra is our connection to the higher dimensions of spirit and dragons, angels, unicorns, masters. The white gold dragon by Lara helps to clear and develop our causal chakra, illuminating our highest possible ascension path. Okay, that's said in Diane's word, and I have to say, to me, I feel it's more about the Lowering Council of Time, or what I see as the energy of the Lowering Council of Time. I'm going to give you from my perspective. Take what resonates, whatever level for you. What doesn't discount. Obviously, I'm not here to challenge your beliefs. I see this as a reminder of being on the highest timeline for humanity and how we get there. When we are in our highest selves, when we are connected to the higher states of consciousness, but grounded, very much grounded in the 3D, then we have the ability to be linked heaven and earth, and being and bringing into being those highest timelines. So it says the white gold dragons are attracted to you now because you are already carrying Christ light in your aura. Ask one to take you to the 9th dimensional pool of Christ energy held at Lukamea. Visualize yourself breathing the pool, which shimmers and swirls with pure love and light. This I resonate with. Feeling yourself absorbing all you are ready to receive. When you return, continue to feel the white gold light in the aura and practice pure unconditional love in your daily life. Your aura will radiate the resonance. So for those that were with me in 2022, when we first started doing the daily Qigongs, every day we brought in that golden Christed self, Lara light, the feminine, from dimension 15 and above. It was linking to the creativity, the femininity, the time that's in its highest, but in the now moment. Those seeds are coming through for us to lift up from in our fields. They're there, they've been there for a while. When you return, continue to feel the white gold light in your aura. Practice pure unconditional love in your daily life. How can you be better? We can all do that. And radiate that incredible high frequency of white gold. There's a lot, and I'm not meaning it's to gaslight some, but I do see this happening. You get people that they say they're spiritual, and then they would argue that, oh no, we're allowed to release anger, but they're not don't necessarily question their triggers. They don't look to why they're triggered or what that is about them. They don't go deep. This month's going to make those people do that. We are all, me included, can be blinded to our thoughts. We're going to have a mirror shined. But this isn't a bad thing. This isn't to make you feel like you're not enough. This isn't to make you feel like you're not good enough. So where you need to temper that volume of the self-doubt and the judgment, again, linked to this season, turn that down and turn up the I am enough. However, without the ego, with it being from heart, being from this is, okay, I see that now. How can I guide me in how I can shift that? Guide me, surrender it, let it go, let it go, let it go. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. So you were like that. So you were triggered by that. Whatever. Now let's move past it. Now you've seen it. Now you've identified it. And now you can move beyond it. And the more you do that, the more you see it when it comes up, the more you are less reactive, the more you can create from the higher states of emotion and bring that into your reality. Christ light into you, and take time to find out quite a still place where you listen to the wisdom and your guidance. What am I saying? Every day, every morning, we do that. It's not about what I'm saying. These are just kind of all the this to get us back to remembering. One more. Water dragon. So that's that emotion, helps you flow easily around obstacles. Feel the flow this month was what we were talking about. Christ, light and love are flowing. Develop your psychic abilities and go with the flow. Just go with the flow and feel when you're not going with the flow. If you are pushing against and arguing and debating with someone, then stop. Step back. Take a breath. If it's not happening, you're not on the right path. You're going to be intervened. Intervention will happen. Christed energy, that lighting up the path. Okay, I think.
Mal Martin, YouTube, unselected.
Okay, hopefully I've got this. How are we? Oh, yeah, 111. It says on there. So I'm going to leave it at that for this month. So I need to reclap. My brain is fuzzled as well. We want to feel into the blue light, prepare to accept the healing Christ light coming in, that deep blue, that gold. Oh, it is coming on. I have to just check. Sorry, this just double checking on the sound. Those 369 linking with the Rishi soul, the oversoul, the creative mind. What did I say? Call it. I can't remember offhand, but we said it earlier when I was reading it. Now, honour as I'm going to do so. Rest. Give my body what it needs. Standing on self-awareness for this month, for the full moon this month as well. Launching forward with action with the sweet centered heart chakras. Where did I get to this in my notes? Oh, I said at the beginning, didn't I, that I was going to tell you. So this is what I do. Get my pen, get my little book, because I don't want to write reams. And normally what comes through is very, very simple. Things that I'm already told all the time. Closing the eyes, hand on heart. Connecting. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Rishi, self, oversoul. Soul, what do I need to know in the highest good for this month? What do I need to share for others to demonstrate? Iaturu kumaktera kuturu miati iknu miata takiayon makaita ishurum takianayatum. Connection to soul through heart and body in resonance to the whole being. Visualize the blue bubble of loving, flowing help happening in harmony to the orange creative fire and inspiration. Seeing deeply, like a deep blue pool the reflection of your soul and its essence through the portals of time, reflecting back. Okay, hang on, and that's reference to something someone else has to slow down. Hang on a minute. Just want to intercept before I go on with, because what's coming through. Some of us are just working with this lifetime. We're very present. We're in the moment. This is all that matters because that's what we're here. That is part of the purpose. Others are working multidimensionally, kind of like a Hathor-like energy that is concurrency. I don't know if I'm saying that word right. So simultaneously within this lifetime and multiple lifetimes, and living those lives all at the same time, super aware, super connected, or be more connected. That's coming in, that's being more clearer. And why? Calling in that, so multiple lifetimes, and others are completely open and connected to all of it, like all of the above. All of those levels are relevant, because that's part of what they were here to do, to hold, to anchor. Reflecting back. Heart expansion. Heart expansion through the emotional intelligence of the species of the human. Escaping, is that right? Escaping trappings of trauma and illuminating where our judgments are, and moving beyond them. Feeling the soul in its contrast and expansion, linked to the whole of humanity's story and current timeline. Its current timeline. I feel like there's a word there I'm not getting. It's fine. I'll let it go. Effortless flow and loving compassion for your own soul and for others this month of October in your now moment. There's so much more. As it comes through, I think I should start doing that live as they come through. It seems to flow better. Okay, love and blessings for you. This is an hour and a half, so I'm going to stop it there. Anything to recap? That's what I started to do, didn't I? Go through. Stay heart-centered, focus based forward based on emotions, not on feeling, staying in the heart and grounded. As the spiral energy of the end of the month comes in, make sure you're grounding in body practices, be that sacred sexuality or physical exercise. They will both help coming together, but in the highest. Peace and harmony are going to be very apparent at the end of the month. Imagination and creativity. If you don't like the creativity, let yourself feel it. You might feel a bit like you're going a bit gaga. Just let it be. Let it be. Think it's okay, and let it go. That's for me. And then we're into November for the new moon at the end. So quite a busy month energetically. Quite a lot going on. But think of it as not a digital detox, a chakra detox for the layers of your Caphoric grid, and anything that's left. It's like you're shaking out. It's gone through the dishwasher, if you like, and there's little bits that just need to go through again, just to clear up, going in and hoovering up. Thank you for your time. Love and blessings for your month ahead, and take what resonates, discount what doesn't. At the end of the day, it's to help you feel like you've got this, okay, that I can prepare myself a little bit, and I can be and do proactively and make proactive choices to step into my power and my sovereignty. Don't worry. Although if you're someone that likes to do stuff, you can put your crystals out for charging. Good time to do that. Sun, water, and have a little bit. I loved what Jamie Butler suggested this month to put some amber, charge some water with some amber in the sun around the eclipse, and then you can drink little bits of that throughout the month. Amber's good for pain as well. And one of the questions that I posed where does it hurt? We're going to go into that, bring it up, look at it from a safe space for yourself and reclaim it, and then allow yourself to let it go. We hold on to our pain, we want to hold on to it because it's familiar. It's now time to let it go, to move beyond our pain, to alchemize it, shift it as a humanity, and grow from it. After all, isn't the wound where the light enters, as Rumi would say. Take care. Thank you for